Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about manners make men. And I will like to share one incident from my life. When I started my career, there was one of my boss and he used to shout like anything. And since it was really started of my career, so I used to get scared very soon. Now, this person was actually shouting at me for every small task if I'm unable to do it. And since I was new in this corporate sector, so I was very much scared. And he used to shout, "Can't you do this much? How many people are working over here in office and you can't do this much of work? Only this much? What you are supposed to do? You just need to fill this format." So this was one way of dealing with people when you have to correct someone, right? Now, there is another way. When you say that, okay, let me see what you have done. Once I go through and then I tell that it is nice that you have put an effort, but how would you think about trying this work this way? So, this makes the person feel respected, and then the listening of this person remains open and they tend to hear you out. They don't feel insulted, humiliated in public. And this actually makes your impression. Yes, so I'll be talking about manners which can actually help in making your impression or breaking your impression. You must have come across a lot of people whose intentions are right. For example, if we look at our mothers, maybe sometimes our bosses, or maybe our elder brothers and sisters, they may be having a correct intention while they are scolding us, while they are shouting at us. So they may be having a right intention, but the way they are talking is actually humiliating people. It is insulting people in front of a group, right? And because of that, it becomes really difficult for this person to improve in whatever he or she is doing, because they have already made a picture that they are demeaned in front of someone, or they lose their self-esteem. So yes, here today I am talking about manners because according to me, manners are the face of values we have. Manners make other people more important and respected. This is what I feel. And manners are the only thing which make you feel good, make others also feel good, and you feel good also. Because when you respect others, when you care for others, when you make others feel important, you feel a little lighter. You feel energy within you. But when you shout at someone, you feel as if your energy is sucked, isn't it? So how would you feel if someone says that, "I don't know about this lady, but there is something in this lady which attracts me and I really like about this lady. This lady actually walks her values." I mean, if I would have heard this compliment, because I have heard it a number of times, so I love hearing this. And why I could hear is that I am aligned with my values. So one needs to be very much aware of their values in order to feel or in order to go with the manners, because manners either break your impression or make your impression. So what do I do in terms of maintaining my impression and maintaining my manners while at work or maybe in personal life? So I believe in a quote which was said by Mandy Hale. She said that to make a difference in someone's life, you don't need to be perfect, you don't need to be brilliant, you don't need to be beautiful or talented. You need to care. So when I visit any place or when I meet people, anyone in personal or professional life, I simply care. And I follow a few steps. So let's see what are the steps which I take. So there are some do's and some don'ts. So don'ts would be that not calling the name properly. There are a sort of people who actually misspell the name, mispronunciate the name, or maybe sometimes they create humor, they create mockery of the names. So there was a session which was going on and I saw that the girl's name was Kamal, but the person actually pronunciated it caramel. So that was on a humor side although, but then it sometimes happens that we intentionally create a fun of someone's name. So let's not do that. Now, another thing is that leaving the room during the conversation, not listening to the person who is speaking and jumping up to the justification or maybe your statements, your inputs, using abusive language. It is not a status quo when you are using abusive language or maybe using a foul language. It actually shows the kind of values you have for others, right? And making your phone your top priority while talking to people. So someone has actually come to meet you and spend time with you, and you are like, okay, yeah, I am listening to you, I'm talking to you, yeah, but I'm busy with my phone, and this I am making this person unintentionally or maybe intentionally, I am making this person feel unimportant and disrespected. And this way, I may lose my impression. I may lose my importance in that person's heart. So what I generally do is, and there are two more points where we say, like, we don't empathize with people who are in front, who are in present in front of us. For example, if we are the boss, you have seen a lot of bosses who actually say there are a lot of people working in the office and they can work till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the night. Why couldn't you just open a mail even if you are on leave? Come on, please empathize with people who are on leave. Empathize with people who are on the other side. They may be facing some tough time. They may be facing some hardships in their families. So just empathize with them and ask a question from yourself. Can I really wait for a few hours or 24 hours and let this person come back to duty and then assign the work? So just ask yourself, empathize with them, put yourself in their shoes. Everyone has their personal and professional life. So we need to respect this line, right? And what are the do's we need to take care of? So what I do generally to get such kind of a feedback or maybe an impression on people, I go out of my way to make them feel nice. I remain empathetic with people whom I talk to. I give full attention to all those who have come especially to meet me or those who are talking to me. The third thing is I am genuinely interested. So be genuinely interested in people who are talking to you or who are investing time in you. Then listen to them really carefully and reframe the sentence and ask them that if you have understood it right. The next point is make them feel respected. Make them feel that you care. Do you really care? Right? And respect the person and respect the age and respect the chair. It doesn't mean that you have to buy in all the bullshit, but yes, respect the chair, respect the person and respect the age as well. Even if the person is younger to you, you can respect, because even from youngers we learn. And end of the day, I will say that always be empowering with your family members, maybe personal family or professional family. Be empowering for your friends, because end of the day, manners can differ from one place to another. But as I said that manners are the face of values. So if your values are in place, you will remain the most in-demand person and people will love to spend time with you and be around you. So now choice is yours. Whether you want people to be around you, whether you want people to admire you, respect you, and treat you with love and care, or you want them to feel like, oh, I have to get rid of this person. So choice is yours, because we are the outcome of our choices. So with this hope that I have added some value, I will come back again with another positivity episode. Bye-bye and take care.